Good morning, everyone. Are we all here yet? If you are all here, let's get started. Okay, thank you to all for attending today's meeting. We have Miss Reen from the Financial Department, Miss Liana and Miss Fatiha from the Marketing Department, and together with my secretary, Miss Wasimah. First, let's go over the minutes from our last meeting, which was held last Friday. Miss Wasimah, could you please present the minute of the previous meeting?
Okay, I'll prevent the previous meeting minute. I have emailed everybody the previous minute and do check it on your email. Based on what we had last time, we are discussing the launching event for our upcoming book that will be launched by the end of the year. So basically, the event will be held on Sunday, which is November 14, 2021 at Glasshouse Seputeh. So this place is chosen because it is big enough to accommodate about 7,000 people, and since we are there regularly, we will be given a special price. Okay, the date chosen is reasonable since it's the weekend and most of our guest list is free during this time. So the tentative for this event will start early on 8 a.m. for further preparation and we'll end it at 6 p.m. with tea time with the guests. So the event will be filled with an opening ceremony and speech by our CEO, Dr. Ayla, followed by a speech by the author for this book telling the synopsis of the book. We also had planned to make a short video that I'll present on that day about the behind of the scene of making the book to make it more interesting. So next, the event will be continued with a mini exhibition displaying of all our previous book collection that are successfully being sold and award that we had before. So the event will be continued with question and answers and also an interview session by the media. And lastly, meet and greet between the authors and the fans. So we also had agreed on making lucky draws during the event for the winners. They'll be given the book for free. So the arrangement of the seat, booth, and exhibition is already being planned and sketched by the creative department attended by Ms. Nazatu Izati, the head of creative department on previous meeting. And this can be seen on Appendix A. So since the place we chose is big enough, the arrangement of the seat will be much easier and it is comfortable for our guests. So we also had agreed to invite all the VIP shareholders, sponsors, collaborators, influencers, famous authors, bookstores, company, media, and top regular customers. This is one of our strategies to attract influential guests to our event and engage with them. So the list of the guests invited are on Appendix B. And yeah, feel free to hit me up if you have any idea of adding other influential guests. So I think that's all for the previous meeting. Is there any amendment?
If there is no amendment to make, would someone move that the minutes of the previous meeting be accepted?
I propose that the minute of the previous meeting be accepted.
Okay, now let's start our meeting for today. Have you all received a copy of the agenda?
Yes.
Good. Here is a list of our meeting agenda for today. Theme of the upcoming book launch, amount of the first copies, marketing strategies for the new book after the launching events, and the costing. So I suggest we go around the table first to get everyone's feedback. After that, we'll take a vote. Shall we take the points in order? We will begin with the theme of the upcoming book first.
Yes, sure do.
Yes, sure.
Okay, all right. We may discuss the topic about selecting different types of marketing strategy in order to promote and sell the book. So do you have any opinion? How about Miss Liana from the marketing department?
I have a several idea about the theme cover book, but let me show first my idea through the slide. So here are some of the theme that I come up with. For the theme one, I just go for a simple, but I think it nice with black background and a title which is innocent. This theme one can attract people who want to buy since they are curious about the story of this book. Meanwhile, for the theme the two, where I use a background that directly show what kind of genre it is, which is about horror without reading the synopsis. All two themes I propose to put the author name in the front of the book cover. This is because the author for this book is one of the famous authors in Malaysia and all the books that she write are the bestseller, so that we can attract people to purchase this book. However, both theme cover book are suitable to attract both gender, even girls or boys, to buying, which is the target audience for buying these are more to teenagers because teenagers nowadays prefer to read horror book. It gives a bit of thriller and being scared of a witch in some way. It is fun to read about this thing that fitted. So I think you guys can vote which one did you prefer, either team 1 or team 2.
For me, I will prefer Team 1 due to its simplicity.
I also will vote on team 1.
At a vote from me, I'll also prefer Team 1.
Okay. I would prefer Team 1 as Miss Liana said that it triggers curiosity for our readers. So with this, we have our majority vote on Team 1. Do we all agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now let's move to the material for this cover book. I suggested using paperback rather than hardcover. This is because hardcover books naturally cost more to make. The print cost can be up 5 times more per copy than a paperback. When we use paperback for cover, we can attract so many people to purchase our book due to being cheap. As I mentioned before, our target for this book is for teenagers. In addition, a paperback cover book is light, compact, and easily transportable and able to bend that can make it easy for people to bring when they are traveling.
Interesting idea. So we are going to have a paperback cover book for this time. Even though the book Innocent is going to have a paperback cover, I suggest that we add a detachable outer cover. This will show that we have high quality book with an interesting cover book which will attract the readers to buy our book. And the detachable cover, which is also known as dust jacket or book jacket, have the folded flaps that the readers could use as their bookmarks. So this can increase the book appearances. And another interesting idea to add is that the folded parts could be designed as bookmarks where the readers could choose to either cut them out or use as it is. And I would also like to suggest the top, lower, and far edge to have red colored that will visibly show the reader what genre is our book, which is horror. This is also because of the cover theme book that shows minimalism on what the content is. So the financial and marketing and design department, you should look into this matter for further action.
We will.
We will.
Okay, we will.
Ms. Wasimah, do add this matter to be discussed in the next meeting.
Okay, I'll add on that matter soon.
Moving on to the next agenda, how many copies are we planning to sell for this first edition?
I prefer to print 5K copy for these launching books. This amount is safe quantity which follow our previous sales. If the first batch we can sell all our 5K copy, we can open and double the amount for the second batch. This strategy can avoid our company facing the prevention.
Okay, so how about others' opinion? Do you all prefer 5,000 copies or double it to 10,000 copies?
I agree with the idea suggested by Miss Liana.
Excuse me for interrupting. How about 10,000 copies? I'm sure that this time our book will be selling fast. Our storyline is very different and unique this time. The chances for the book to sell out faster is very high. The author of this book is famous and known for its best quality in making storyline. I'm sure with a strong marketing, we could hit the target of selling 10K book for the first batch. As we can see from our previous book, we had successfully sold about 60,000 copies in 1 year and we got the highest rating from the reader. So this time, I bet that the readers are waiting for our next book to launch and will be swarming to their nearest bookstore to buy our books. In addition, we had this issue last time where we only produced 5,000 copies and it sold out really fast. The readers are being so disappointed by this issue and they have to wait for the second batch to release. It is kinda upsetting to our customers since the second batch will be hearing all the spoilers in our book from the first batch customer that have already finished reading it. Moreover, horror stories nowadays have taken a place in the reader's heart rather than the romance genre. By having many copies, we can actually distribute them to many platforms to sell them, such as bookstore and online stores.
Hearing the idea by Miss Wasimah, I agree that we should double up the amount of books to be sold.
Okay, as we now have both parties a tie between the amount of book to be sold as before or doubling it up, I suggest that we double the amount of book to 10,000 copies because referring to the previous problem we had about the short stock with fast selling of the first edition book of the previous book titled Silent Town, I agree with Ms. Wasima. In addition, I think for this book, we can launch more with about 10,000 copies as the first edition. Do we all have an agreement for this point? Ms. Liana and Ms. Fatiha, do you still stand with your opinion of having only 5,000 copies for this first edition?
Probably the number 10K is quite higher. Maybe we can lower it a tad bit for maybe about 8K copies.
According to the rate of sales of previous books, we could actually sell of these 10,000 copies in about $205,000 for just 3 months. I think it's quite amazing and beneficial for our company.
Excuse me for interrupting. I actually had a second thought on the idea of the 10,000 copies. I think we indeed could not done our previous sale in a short time.
All right, now can I hear from Ms. Liana?
Hearing all the explanation give out a solid reason for having these 10K copies of the book. I agree with the majority.
Thank you for agreeing as we now have the results, which is to have 10K book copies for this first edition. Now, for the next agenda, we may discuss the topic about selecting different types of marketing strategy in order to promote and sell the book. So do you have any opinion on what platform we should use? Is it either an online or offline marketing? How about Ms. Fatiha from the marketing department?
In my opinion, I will prefer offline marketing compared to the online marketing. So most authors tend to focus on the online marketing strategy because they can increase book sales author. However, promoting and selling book offline also can get you a faster result. But how? So when you start to create a market strategy for your book, first thing first, you need to outline an offline market strategy. For example, if anyone meet you at the book launch, your goal is to get them to purchase your book at the bookstore and follow you and promote your book on the social media. But why? Because those readers who you meet during the book launching can share your book with their online network. This method is very easy to approach compared to the online marketing. So next, book marketing strategy also can grow your readership and also brand, especially for the traditional published authors. It can help to introduce your book to new readers directly, which means online marketing cannot be applied. Plus, we as humans mostly prefer face-to-face interaction. In addition, you may ask few authors to join you to promote and sell the book during the book launch. But how are you asking them to be a part of the event? Alright, let's say I'll send a message to one of the authors and ask her if she wants to host my event for at least 30 minutes. So during the event, she can talk about her books, and do giveaway of her own and network with my readers. Why will I do that? Because she can invite her network to my event, at the same time can expose me to new readers. Smart, right? So these authors are not your competitor. Instead, if you help promote and support each other, you will sell more books and grow your readership faster.
Yeah, I think I agree with Fatiha idea that we go with offline marketing since there is so much that can be done in offline marketing. But we must make sure we have a proper strategy in which to advertise our book so that more and more people can get and become aware of our book launching.
All right, now, I would like to hear from the financial department. Ms. Reen? Ms.
Yeah, I'm
Reen,
here.
do
Yeah.
you agree with the idea proposed by Ms. Fatiha?
I'm afraid I cannot accept the idea because right now we are having a serious issue regarding the pandemic of COVID-19. And of course, we need to follow the SOPs. So I would like to propose that our event needs to be done virtually. Let's move on to the advantages that we will get regarding running our event virtually. First, Of course, we're having a COVID-19 issue, and it's gonna be the main reason. Next, it is less expensive, as we can see from the budget that I will show later. Also, we can use the extra money for the upcoming events. Lastly, the virtual events will enhance our global connections. For example, we can invite the famous book publications in Europe, which are the Chromebooks and also the Mega Wonder books. They doesn't need to come our company or even our country, Malaysia. Just coming through the online form like we're gonna meet them through Skype or even the WebEx. Interesting, isn't it? So from that, we can increase our connections and also enhance the marketing part as we hope we can collaborate with them for the upcoming project. Therefore, I really hope that we are going to do our event virtually. And that's all from me.
Okay, we have heard both ideas on online and offline marketing. We shall have a vote on what marketing strategies we will have for the book Innocent. So
I
can we have
think
the
with
vote?
purpose of having an online marketing,
Seeing all the strong point for Mr. Reen, I found that there are a few things that I mislooked. Therefore, I had agreed to go with online marketing, which agree with Ms. Reen's suggestion.
I will second that.
I'll vote for online marketing too.
Okay, I think we have come to an agreement, which is to have online marketing. Now, let's proceed to our discussion about the cost relating to this upcoming book launch. Miss Reen, can you share the budgets that you prepared before?
yeah, sure. Let's take a look at the budgets from the slides that I've prepared. Here, I prepared two types of budget. For the first one is about our novel publication. It has two parts, the price on the book or novel, and also for the marketing part. As we can see over here, the total price for both parts is about $2,110. Next, our event will cost about $71,400. This can be referred as the rental venue is about $45,000. So the total for the novel and also the event virtually is about $73,510. It's quite expensive, isn't it? So if we do our event virtually, we can cut off the budget from the venue part, as I've mentioned before, and the new total will be $28,510. However, since we're just discussed on the new features, which are the book flaps and also the colored edges, so I will add up and recalculated the new total, and that's it from the budget part.
Okay. We now are at the end of our meeting for today. I would like to confirm that through our discussion, the meeting agenda for today is completed. We will have the theme 1 as the theme cover book Innocent with paperback cover and adding the features, detachable cover and colored edges. And the amount of first copies will be 10K books of the first edition with online marketing strategies. So for our next meeting, we will have a discussion on the financial, the detailed online marketing strategies, and the design for the outer cover. So Ms. Wasimah, could you set a date for our next meeting?
So our next meeting will be held on 15 January 2021, which is on Friday at 9 in the morning. So whoever cannot attend the meeting, please inform me earlier.
Are there any amendments to make? If there's no amendments, I hereby confirm the minutes of today's meeting.
Okay, I'll email everyone today minutes of the meeting before tomorrow. Do let me know if there are any mistake or changes in the minutes of meeting that you would like me to make.
All right, I declare the meeting closed. Thank you to all for your participation, and I'll see you on Friday for our next meeting. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.